Alright, I'm gonna need you to listen up right now because I just solved all of the lore for the next fish update. And it all ties back to the ROSLIT volcano. Many people haven't realized this yet, but the spirits of gods are all over Atlantis, and all of them have lore to tell you. Most of them are pretty hard to decipher, but all of them talk about some kind of impending doom. The spirit of Zeus mentions that somebody thinks their shrine can be bigger than his, but he doesn't say who, he just tells us that we know. And then right after this, he just straight up tells us that the world is going to end. And pretty much every other NPC will tell you something similar to that, but there are two that stick out. First off, Apollo, which is the first NPC that you'll probably meet, gives you a ton of information. He mentions that originally Atlantis was washed away by an eruption. Then he says that a volcano on the surface devastated the city. Now that I've mentioned this, you can probably put two and two together. But just in case you don't believe me, the spirit of Cronis, who's located near the entrance of the Kraken pool, tells us that the end is inevitable and that the volcano that once ended the world is stirring. Then he gives us what might be the most important piece of information, which is that a giant crack split the earth in two. If you enter the ROSLIT volcano right now, you'll notice that the level of the lava has gotten significantly higher. Because some of the NPCs told us that there was an eruption and a volcano, we can safely assume that the ROSLIT volcano is what ended the world. So when it erupts again, what's gonna happen? Well, if we look back at what Cronis said, there will be a giant split down the middle of the earth. Okay, now I'm gonna blow your mind. What is a giant crack in the earth? Well, I guess you could call it a trench, right? And what is the next event slash update for fish? I mean, is there really anything else to say? Here's my full prediction. The ROSLIT volcano is going to slowly fill up, and then once it reaches a certain point, it's going to erupt. Now, either this eruption or something before it is going to cause a trench to form. And inside of this trench is going to be the next update. All of the NPCs did mention the world ending, but I mean, come on, that's not going to happen.